My name is Leshawn Cruz and I am currently residing in Pampanga. So I am a second year BS Public Health student from the University of the Philippines, Manila.
I'm Dr. Donnabel Tubera-Panes. I'm the Medical Officer 4 of the City Government of Baguio under the Health Services Office. And I'm in charge of the City Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit of the city. Currently, I'm also the Tobacco Control Program Coordinator of the city and the Medical Coordinator of the National Tuberculosis Control Program. I'm also in charge of the Health Information System of the city as well, right? Currently, I am heading the contact tracing team of the City of Baguio together with my team under the leadership, of course, of our City Mayor, Benjamin Magalong. I am also the department head of the Pine City College's School of Medicine, Family and Community Medicine, and an assistant professor of the St. Louis University School of Medicine. I'm in charge of teaching one of the topics on family and community medicine. I am connected currently with as a specialist with the UP Resilience Institute, wherein we partnered with UP Baguio and UP Pandemic Response Team to collaborate with a lot of COVID response activities as well. So those are my current positions that I'm holding on right now. Yeah, I'm already in my 20 years of government service. I started as a doctor to the barrios of the Department of Health. I was assigned in Abra and in Ifugao back in 2002 up to 2005. And then I went back to the academy. But actually, my first job was actually a faculty at the University of the Philippines, Baguio, back when I graduated just 3 and a half years in UP Baguio. So may one sem ako bago ako nag-medicine. So nagturo ako doon. So my first love is actually teaching. I went back to UP Baguio in 2005 up to 2007 as well. Actually, my students are actually doctors now.
So, una muna yung view ko as a public health student. Tinuruan kami kasi to look at the whole health system instead of looking at a clinical setting lang, so yung hospital. So dahil doon parang tinitingnan namin yung buong health system, yung government, yung communities mo, yung economy, pati yung mga other stakeholders. Tapos syempre interconnected kasi silang lahat at syempre yung issues nila interconnected din. Naapektuhan nila yung isa't isa. So, ayun. Dahil doon, parang mas nakikita namin yung bigger parang picture pag dito sa pandemic. So, ayun. Pero kung ano yung nararamdaman ko this pandemic bilang isang public health student, siguro both motivated and yet scared. Kasi, di ba parang this pandemic lumabas yung mga problema. Tapos parang syempre, naisip ko, ang dami ko pala pwedeng gawin, ang dami kong potential. So syempre, ang dami ko pwedeng baguhin. Pero at the same time, syempre matatakot ka kasi kaya nagkaganon yung situation kasi ayun nga, kulang sa suporta yung health sector natin dito. So di ba, ewan ko, ano mararamdaman ko? Ayun.
Yeah, I would say I'm not an official. I'm a public health servant. It's actually challenging, but you have foreseen this. You already made a decision before you came in. This is not as lucrative as any other practice in the field of medicine because you are on the preventive side when you are taught of a curative medicine in med school, no? Nakafocus sa curative. The curriculum itself is focused on the Western curriculum, so medyo curative. And then actually sa whole batch, only a few would go into preventive medicine. So it's a decision that you already have made even from the start, I think. It's not an overnight decision na I went into this. It was it was well thought of, serving the government, knowing its limitation and knowing that it's not lucrative. So these are the things that has been considered at the start.
Feel ko naman, it's really obvious na super unrecognized ng mga health professionals natin dito sa Philippines. So, ayun nga, nung na-search ko dati, parang lowest minimum wage daw tayo among Southeast Asian countries. Tapos, binawasan pa yung pondo ng health sector natin. Tapos, di ba, hindi rin agad nabigyan ng protection yung mga frontliners natin nung early on in the pandemic. So, ayun, kung isipin mo, may reason naman talaga kung bakit umaalis ang ating mga health professionals. Ayun.
I think we in the health professions doesn't need a recognition. It's more of you just have to equip us and we'll do with what we have. Of course, ang dami-dami din kasing problema sa gobyerno, ano? Siyempre, if you're a carpenter, everything looks like a hammer and a nail, right? Kung doktor ka, feeling mo, lahat ng solusyon nasa health, but it's not like that. We have to think we have to be a system thinker, that we are just part of that system. And the only way to change all of this, the government and everything, is it has to be a system-wide transformation. And it has to start somewhere.
Nung first time kong narinig yung COVID-19, so nasa China pa lang siya, it was pretty scary na kasi sinabi nila similar siya sa SARS. Yung SARS nagka-outbreak na sa Philippines back in 2003. Pero sinabi naman nila na yung COVID-19 less deadly pero more viral. So ayun. Nung nalaman ko na may nakapasok na dito sa Philippines, parang medyo pessimistic na ako kasi kung isipin mo, very conducive yung environment ng Philippines para dun sa virus. Una muna, tama lang yung temperature. It's pretty warm, ganon, and humid. Tapos kung titignan mo yung mga public transport natin, 'di ba? Maraming contact, 'di ba, dikit-dikit. Tapos hindi na rin naman tayo talaga masyado nagma-mask out in the public or in hospitals, 'di ba? So ayun, parang ang daming factors nun. Tapos marami pang unhygienic practices. Pero yung isa siguro sa parang factor din is naririnig ko kasi na parang hindi naman ganun ka-deadly yan, parang sipon lang yan. Yun yung dinig ko sa daan. So parang factor yung sinabi na less deadly siya. So hindi siya tinake seriously ng government or ng mga tao, 'di ba? So ayun, feel ko factor din 'yon na hindi siya agad na
I think I'm used to that work. That's my job as the city epidemiologist. I have so much experience with outbreak investigation at the start on. Pero at this time when the coronavirus came in, I knew from the start that this will be a longer one because it's a coronavirus. Matututunan naman yan sa med school, di ba? So, I knew from the start that this will last long, and but we knew also from the start that if there's a vaccine, it can already shorten. Now, it will become one of our normal viruses in the country, sa parang ganun, or in the world.
Pinakauna is syempre online setup na. At ewan ko sa inyo pero kasi ako, yung laptop ko naka-set up siya sa tabi ng kama ko. So sabi ko, ang dali-daling humiga. So syempre ang dali mong tamarin kasi same yung parang workplace venue mo, pati yung parang resting venue mo, ganun. So ang bilis tamarin, sobrang tamad ko actually. Tapos ayun din, mas mabigat yung Rex the past semesters na online setup. Kasi parang, ewan ko, ang dami nilang binibigay na rec, siguro dahil parang nagko-compensate sila na asynchronous lang. Hindi naman, parang, hindi tayo nagkaklase, so ayan, mas maraming recs, para matuto kayo, ganon. As, ayun na nga, di ba, lahat yon na-contribute sa stress, pati decline, so nagde-decline yung mental health mo. Tapos parang, in my case pa kasi, ang dami rin namin parang COVID-19 scares. So, ayun, parang, mas nakaka-decline, parang mas naka-apekto pa sa mental health. Ayun, pero, siguro, one good thing about, that I experienced this pandemic is parang, syempre, mas nakasama ko yung family ko. And for others hindi yun maganda, pero for me okay lang. Maganda siya kasi nagkakaroon pa rin ng friction syempre kasi lagi kayo magkasama. Pero mas nakakausap ko rin sila kasi dati hindi masyado. So ayun, parang may good thing din na lumabas kasi mas naka-close ko yung family ko.
I think it's an experience that not just for Baguio City, but the entire world, of how do we know if we are prepared? Are we over-preparing? Or kasi we have to balance health and economy. We cannot be just so focused on health, nagugutom na yung mga tao. And we don't have that enough resources to give them. Kaya nga, yung vaccine ang mag-equalize lahat dyan. That if we vaccinate the vulnerables, they will not put so much pressure on our healthcare capacity so that we can move the economy.
So feel ko, dapat mas magkaroon ng focus on public health and prevention. Kasi makikita naman natin sa pandemic response natin kung gaano unprepared yung government natin. Late na yung implementation kasi ng mga preventive policies natin. Tapos kung ma-observe nyo, parang stuck tayo sa repeating cycle na kunyari, maghihigpit muna ng quarantine protocols. Tapos bababa yung cases, syempre. Tapos, dahil syempre mas bumaba na yung cases, mag-i-ease ng quarantine protocols. Tapos, mag-spike yung cases natin, tapos balik na naman sa paghigpit. So, alam mo yun, dapat kasi, sa totoo lang, dapat tuloy-tuloy yung implementation ng strict quarantine protocols. Bakit? Kasi para agad nang mawala. Sa una kasi mahirap yon kasi syempre ang tagal mo magtitiis. Pero in the long run kasi, mas mabilis na mawawala yung natin, yung quarantine, ganun. So, yun yung problema kasi for me in my opinion we think too short term. So hindi ako exempted doon kasi minsan napapansin ko rin na hindi ako nag-iisip in the long term. Kasi for effective planning dapat may vision ka na, tapos yung may goal ka na for the long term para may nasusundan kang guide, ganon. Tapos ayun rin, dapat tuloy-tuloy at strict yung implementation ng mga policies natin, which doon tayo nahihirapan.
I think it's not just a health system, but the whole of government. Kasi I think pandemic is not a health issue. I would love to say that it is not just a health issue, but it's a whole of government issue. So it needs a whole of government approach. It's a new one. It's a novel one. So I don't think there is a right formula to it. Ang importante kasi is that the government and the people
So ayun, what made me stay wouldn't be the money or the benefits. So kaklarify ko, yes, the pay is really a factor at choosing a job. Pero kasi it's more of a necessity to have an adequate wage. Kasi you don't want to live a hard life. Like, ayaw mong nagtatrabaho ka ng mahirap yung trabaho. Oo, pero ayaw mo yung parang nahirapan ka financially kasi pag ganun, hindi mo matutulungan yung sarili mo. At pag di mo natutulungan yung sarili mo, hindi ka rin makakatulong sa iba. Kasi you are at that point, you are thinking about your survival na lang. So ayun nga, yung mga health worker, mas maraming trabaho na mapera kaysa pagiging health worker. At ayun nga, 'di ba? Parang kulang sa suporta yung government natin sa health workers dito sa bansa. So, feel ko the reason why, at feel ko marami yung kaparehas dito sa reason na to na ganito. Is that yung course ko kasi, public health, it can put me in a position na makatulong ako sa iba at I can make a change. And ayun nga, hindi siya ganun ka-grand, pero alam mo yun, if I can make a difference or be a part of something that can, I'd be proud of myself na. So, ayun, siguro in other words, what's making me stay is hope. Ayun. Umaasa kasi ako na, alam mo yun, umaasa pa ako na parang makagawa tayo ng mas magandang healthcare system for the Philippines. Kahit mahirap, eventually makakarating tayo doon. At pag nandun na tayo, mas marami tayong buhay na mapapaganda at mapapaginhawa. So, ayun.
That serving the government is a calling. I would love to believe that. At the start, I think that's the message that I would like to tell the people. It's a calling. Do not serve here without looking at wala kang ganong kalaking sahod. But at the end of the day, you will sleep with a good pillow on, with your conscience there. You can sleep well, and you have served the government. You have served the people.
So, ang gusto kong sabihin is hang in there. Alam ko na sobrang pagod at mahirap yung trabaho nyo. Tapos, di ba, mataas yung risk na makakuha rin kayo ng COVID. Kasi hindi ganun kataasan yung pay. Kasi alam mo yun, minsan, pangit yung workplace nyo. At pangit din yung pagtrato sa inyo. Both by the patients and, by the government. Pero, ayun, nandito pa rin kayo. Ang laki kasing sakripisyo nun. And, I want to thank you for that. Masasabi ko na hindi nyo to ginagawa para sa sarili nyo. Ginagawa nyo to para makatulong sa iba at sa Pilipinas. Kaya gusto ko malaman nyo na pag nakabangon na uli ang Pilipinas, dahil sa inyo yon. Go frontliners. Woo!
Yeah, I think nothing is accidental in this world. Everything, God has a purpose. And you were born in such a time as this because of a calling. So it's a challenge for health professionals right now na nakikita. Maybe because God has a purpose in your life. And all you have to do is to obey that calling the Lord has called you to do. And you will know in your heart as you move along. Pero ngayon pa lang, alam mo na dapat ma-instill na sa heart mo na magiging doktor ako hindi para yumaman. It's more than that. Your motivation has to be long-lasting. It's a calling. And if it's a calling, the Lord will not add trouble to it. So, yun yung challenge ko sa inyo ngayon. As early as now, you have to pray for that calling that the Lord has called you to do, and nurture that calling. Kung sinabi ni Lord na magiging neurosurgery ka, pumunta ka doon sa areas na walang neurosurgeon, 'di ba? doon kung tinawag ka ni Lord na maging cardiothoracic surgeon, then go to a place where you are needed most. And be the best doctor you could ever be. It's all about calling, I think. It's lagi kong sinasabi yan sa akin dahil na-experience ko yan personally.